Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always come back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it.
Some of these people where they come TV, can't defend politicians. Many of them no get conscience. Just hear this thing with this man they talk.
As election campaigns officially began this week, the governing All Progressives Congress found itself in a crisis of sorts. The inauguration of the party's Presidential Campaign Council has been postponed indefinitely, and the party's presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, is set to be on a trip to London for undisclosed reasons. Well, on Thursday, all presidential candidates signed a peace pact to run peaceful campaigns, but Tinubu was noticeably absent. He was represented by the vice presidential candidate, Kashim Shettima. There are reports of a rift over his campaign council, with moves set to be underway to expand the list of its members to accommodate more interests in the APC.
As a matter of fact, we hear that Presidential Campaign Council may be expanded up to 2,000. Well, so what exactly is going on with the APC and Bola Tinubu's campaign? Well, we have joining us now Biodun Ajiboye, who is a member, Media Directorate of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you so much for joining us on News Night tonight.
I'm happy to be here again.
Glad to have you.
That's
so,
right.
What exactly is going on with the APC Presidential Campaign Council? First off, the issue of Tinubu's absence at the signing of the peace accord. That raised some eyebrows, and people are, insinuating all kinds of things. Some are even saying that maybe it's proof that, his state of health may not be, tip-top, if you like. Help us clarify that. And what exactly is happening with the PCC?
Let me start with the issue of the PCC. There is nothing happening in the PCC. The PCC is properly structured, well organized. We're doing what is right, we're doing what is just, we're doing what is politically wise to move ahead with our campaign. The campaign is a 5-month, period, and what is the essence? What are we rushing to do? We have our plans, we have our structure well mapped out, we know the direction we want to go, we're taking our time to do it right. Why should that cause a problem with anybody?
When you say what's the rush, I mean, you've had all the time, well, since he became the presidential candidate of the APC to come up with the Presidential Campaign Council. We're hearing that Abdullahi Adamu, the chairman of the party, is not satisfied with the arbitrary nature with which Tinubu has gone about picking his PCC. We hear that's one of the issues.
First of all, what you have heard is a rumor. There's no fact in it. Even some kind of release came out from the back door from the party, and shortly after they denied ever saying anything like that. So rumor goes around in politics. It's normal. Then talking about the health status of Asiwaju, there's nothing wrong with the man. Nothing. Asiwaju hasn't been to the hospital in the last 8 months. What are they talking about? His health. There's nothing wrong with his health. Has anybody demonstrated more energy than he has done regarding this politics in the last 1 year? Has anybody?
All right, so why was he absent then?
He had traveled out of town before the event.
Okay.
And he won't, because of that event, come back from England. He's doing quite a lot of things. He's the presidential candidate. He has a lot of things to do, a lot of things to sort out, and he has to sort these things out. That, just like I said before, the campaign for us is extremely serious business. We need to approach it very seriously, and there cannot be enough time to get it right.
But then you already knew this day was going to come. I mean, the campaign, the day the campaigns were going to begin. We already knew the 28th of September was the day campaigns were to start. So it's really surprising when you say this is, but that's the official kickoff of the campaign.
Yes, exactly. INEC says campaign can start from 28 does not mean parties must start campaign on the 28th.
So what is so complex about putting this council
complex
together?
We are taking our time. It is complex to you because we are not in our camp.
I see.
But I'm saying we are taking our time and we are comfortable about what we are doing. Let nobody box us into some circumstance that is not comfortable with us. We are the ones that are going to do the campaign. We are the ones that must structure ourselves properly. We are the ones that are doing the planning. We are the ones that will take the success of the campaign if we succeed. Why is it the business of outsiders to say we are not prepared? How would they know we are not prepared?
Well, these outsiders are the ones that you actually seek to govern. If you
no. What I'm saying,
hold on. So that we get it. We're on the same page. It's not really about the campaign starting off.
Okay.
It's the Presidential Campaign Council that was supposed to be inaugurated on the day it was, announced that it was going to be inaugurated. And are you saying there's a break in communication between the presidential candidate of the APC in the person of Bola Tinubu and the rest of the party? Why was it postponed? We were told it was going to hold on a certain day, September 28th or so, and it didn't hold.
Yes.
If it was that serious, why was Tinubu out of the country at the time? And he still is.
You are connecting too many things together. And I'm here, the purpose for which I'm here
is to clarify,
is to straighten things out and tell you the way it is. If you choose not to believe me, it's a different kettle of fish, and I have no problem with it. But let me tell you exactly what it is. First of all, I just said here that Bola Tinubu had enormous responsibility as the presidential candidate of the party to do quite a lot of things. The important thing for us is to succeed. To succeed in a presidential election is a lot of activity. He has to do a lot of things. He has a running mate, a joint ticket. Wherever he's not available, somebody can, deputize, represent, and all of that. And somebody adequately did. Shetima did. That is, to me, not an issue. To Nigerians, it shouldn't be an issue. Now, trying to now lump his absence with his health issues is where I have a problem.
No, forget about his health issues now. That's not the point.
Okay, so
if the Presidential Campaign Council was supposed to be inaugurated on September 28th, you would expect that the presidential candidate himself would be on ground. And that wasn't the case. And that's why people are raising all kinds of eyebrows.
No, let's get it right. I just said to you that what 28th of September represents in the political diary is INEC flag of dates. I say, look, campaigns are banned, but campaigns can start now on the 28th. The parties must make sure that they start the campaign at a time appropriate, convenient, reasonable, and productive for them.
So you're saying we're making a fuss over nothing. Really? So help us clear it out now. So when is it going to be put together? When are people, those who you want to vote for your party, when are they going to hear what you have to offer? When is it going to start?
In the next couple of days, we will come up with a release to tell you when our flag off will take place. We already have a date, we already have a venue, and we're working seriously towards it. I recognize that we have a responsibility to inform the general public of our plans, but please let the general public give us the opportunity to inform them at a time good for us.
That's exactly what we're trying to do here by bringing you in. So what's all this talk about? Abdullahi Adamu, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, the national chairman of the party, asking Tinubu to withdraw the released PCC list containing, of course, 422 members on that list. Now we hear it will expand to somewhere around 2,000. What exactly is that all about? Again. Did he do it arbitrarily or not?
It's not possible for a candidate, presidential candidate, to put a list of PCC together arbitrarily. If anybody knows what politics is about, it's not possible. Will he win the election by himself without reaching out to all the stakeholders? You see, the problem is simple, or the situation is such that politics is about interests, and there's nowhere in the world where everybody is a member of Presidential Campaign Council. 1. 2, what you have seen that you call 422 is just leadership. For instance, let me give you an instance. For instance, in the media directorate, we have 4 directorates, and each of the 4 directorates has about 3 or 4 leadership members. Did you get my point? Right. Say director, deputy director, X, Y, 4, 3, 4. And that's how it goes to for about 28 or 30 directorates. That's how we arrived at 422. But membership and committees are different things, and it will end up being close to 2,000 or even more. It's normal. A country of over 200 million people, that 2,000 people or 3,000 people will be charged with the responsibility of running an election campaign. It's not abnormal. It's not abnormal at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's really not an issue.
So you don't think that number is unwieldy?
How? Who is to determine that for us?
Because I mean, if you were to compare with other parties, PDP,
why are you comparing with other parties?
PDP
How many parties are ruling Nigeria? Why that's PDP? Why are you comparing us with the PDP? What business do we have in common with PDP?
All right. So let's just move
on. The ruling party. Are you forgetting?
All right.
Well,
as far as campaigns are concerned, I mean, we're going to have to wait for your timetable and whatever it is you're going to bring forward.
To start our own campaign at our own time.
What can I say? You're starting at your own time. We're still waiting to put that council together. Until that happens, we're going to have to just, wait and see what you have in store.
Thank you very much.
But let's take a look at what's playing out, of course, after this whole peace accord agreement. We had an interview with one of the members of that committee that organized it yesterday. And we talked about, of course, how binding most of those agreements are. We do understand that to a large extent, the candidates themselves have little control over how their followers, will act in terms of their attempt to want to support their party. Is the party making any plans, your party making any plans to communicate some of those requirements in the peace accord to your followers to ensure that the campaigns are decent?
Yes, we are.
Okay, talk us through that.
We are a decent party.
I see.
We have said this campaign should be based on issues, not mudslinging, not personality abuse, not unnecessary choice of language. You see, they have started that on our candidates, and there was a release from my directorate at a point to caution someone like Peter Obi, to caution his aggressive followers, so that we can have a decent campaign.
The APC doesn't have aggressive followers?
Well, if you follow social media, I don't know how much of that to do. But if you follow social media, you see that people following Peter Obi would just continue to harass. We are politicians. Our forte is not to rant on social media. It's to build structures that can enable us win election. You understand? There are no polling booths on social media. So therefore, the harassment that goes on social media is the fancy of the young people, which is fine. We have a department, a directorate for new media as well. So we are active on social media. But you not see any of our APC followers or Asiwaju's followers getting indecent, unnecessarily indecorous on
But we've been hearing a lot from Festus Keyamo, for example.
Is he indecorous? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But a lot of people are actually, raising some kind of eyebrow. Well, and saying he shouldn't be saying this. As a matter of fact, some have called for his suspension. That he's more or less demarketing the party with some of the rhetoric coming from him.
You found nothing wrong with what Festus Keyamo has said.
You haven't asked me.
Absolutely.
You haven't
asking now. You found
so let me answer. You are concluding for me.
I'm asking a question.
I haven't answered. You said,
a question.
You found nothing wrong.
Yes.
So that's a statement, not a question.
All right.
Did you find anything wrong? Would have been a question.
Okay, now you understand it. Then let's go.
Well, we have 4 directors in the media directorate. Every of these director is a spokesperson. All of us are spokespersons of the party.
Right.
Everybody is different in their approach, in their character, in their understanding. Festus Keyamo is a colleague and is a director of public affairs, or is the director of public affairs. He has his own approach to issues. If we find his approach not appropriate, we will advise on the way to go. I do not think we should wait for people outside, you see, because politics is very funny. You may be surprised that those that are calling for the suspension of Keyamo are instigated by opposition.
Why?
It is possible.
Why are you saying that?
No, that is the way politics runs.
You seem to.
That is the way politics runs. I'm not making an excuse.
Party member, but you will not,
not at all.
The same.
Not at all. I will not.
Parties.
I will not admit here or sit here and concur that Festus Keyamo is indecent.
Well, this is not about Festus Keyamo.
So therefore,
let's go back.
If we feel you have done anything wrong or you have said something not appropriate, it's our responsibility to see. We are hearing, we are seeing. We will say, oh no, we can't go this way. Let's go this way. I mean, it's Festus Keyamo is not a guy of today.
Yeah,
he's been around for a while.
The point is, I mean, the demand for decorum and decency cuts across ways. Across board is expected from all of the,
please, I'd like to find out, have you found Festus Keyamo's utterances indecent?
Let's not make this about Festus Keyamo. Right, there are other issues on the table that we need to. We've been hearing that there's there was a threat by that's going back to the issue of the PCC now, by the DG of Tinubu's presidential campaign council,
Governor
Lalong, that he would, it actually threatened to resign. Is crisis brewing within the ranks of the ruling APC over this PCC? So you continue to say, look, it's much ado about nothing. But if the DG would threaten to resign, that means all
did you do a press release threatening? Did you see the release? Did you receive it in a writing? I'm asking, did you receive the release here?
Insider information.
So the man just came back to town today, so he was threatening from where he went. You see, if you expose yourself to rumor you shall hear. And
we don't do rumors.
So what I'm saying is all of these things are rumors. Okay. Don't forget that some of these damaging reports are coming from opposition just to call a dog a bad name. It is natural in politics, in some kind of attitude. This is for me. Why will the DG of the campaign say such a thing? What has happened? Is there anything we are doing? We are not carrying him along? Of course not. I just came from the secretariat now. Your place is bubbling in peace, harmony, and happiness. Where is that rancor coming from? I'm only hearing of that from the two of you here. I've never seen that.
That's quite interesting because
I have been to his office. I enter his office. I just had a rapport with his DG and everybody, with his chief of staff and everybody. I'm just surprised that you are actually talking about rancor in the PCC.
What is the relationship like between the chairman of the APC, Adamu Abdullahi Adamu, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Fantastic relationship. Very good. They were both governors at the same time. They were colleagues. They know themselves. And see,
I asked that question. I'll let you land. I asked that question because it's very obvious. He wanted an Ahmed Lawan as a presidential candidate of the APC. As a matter of fact, he had said that President Buhari was all in for an Ahmed Lawan candidacy.
Let me tell you.
Right.
I was here 24 hours before the primaries. I was here, as a matter of fact, after that statement. See, political parties are run by certain level of understanding. Whatever the chairman of the party wanted is no longer relevant. A candidate had emerged, and that candidate we shall all work for. It's not important to go back to what he wanted or what he wanted not. Why are we talking about
issues?
What are the issues? Tell me. I want to hear. I'm a member of that PCC.
Okay,
so
now,
tell me the
first
issues.
of all, now the PCC
all the
that
issues
was,
you have told me are not correct.
Hold on. Okay, the PCC that was meant to be a tripartite institution, of course, around the presidential candidate, the party and the president was originally meant to be driven by the governors, right? But for some reason, we're hearing that the governors are no longer in the driving seat of the PCC.
That is not correct. That is not correct.
Fantastic.
Where do you hear most of these things?
Okay,
listen,
so help us.
Look, the governors, there is no party that can run an election of that magnitude without the governors. How do you do it? They are the captains of their states. They are the ones that will mobilize, motivate, the right membership from the states. In the states, they will determine the structure. They are the coordinators of the states. How would you then run a campaign without their interest? How will it work? You understand? How will it work? You see, it is important to appreciate that some of these things that are flying around are deliberate to create an impression. Create an impression that the party is weak. Create an impression that the party is turbulent, create an impression that the party has problems, so that the party is weakened. We know that it's a game. So when I come and you say this, I laugh because I know that you are open to those assertions from everywhere. And it's your responsibility, like you are doing, to verify. And I'm standing right in front of you, verifying that those claims are incorrect. Absolutely incorrect.
All right, so Claire, you've practically just debunked every news out there.
There are rumors.
That you've actually termed exactly as rumors for what is playing out in the APC. Yes. I'm going to repeat to say, you have also restated that it is much ado about nothing in the APC.
Trust me.
Talk us through what's going to play out in, say, the next 2 weeks. When are we expecting Bola Tinubu back? And what should we expect next from him and the party?
Once Ashwaju is back,
yes,
in the next couple of days, 1, 2, 3 days max, we're going to inaugurate the Presidential Campaign Council. We're going to get seriously set on our breaking the campaign. We have the location, we have the date. The governor of that state is already working very hard to ensure that the campaign breaks successfully. We are structured, we are determined, we are working, we are serious. We don't listen to rumors.
So it's safe to say October is the kickoff month for the APC.
Fantastic. You just took it out of my mouth.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye-bye.